Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Wiktor. What a day it's been. This is recording the intro after the fact, after having done all the work on the van. But today I've been working on a roof fan and everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong. So I hope you enjoy the video. 46.5, and then this 39.6, so let's go 40. So two pieces going across here, 46.5, 46.5, and then two pieces just under 40 here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw them in to create a rectangular form. I got this piece of wood which actually fits perfectly in terms of width. It literally just ends just about where the plastic bit ends, and that one is 3.2. Am I gonna have enough wood to make this job work? Okay, it's 180. So yeah, that should be enough. Perfect. Let's see. Let's get it started. Little bit too big still. So these two I'm gonna screw in here, and these two I'm gonna screw in, and I'm gonna see how much extra space there is to make it all fit nice. Right guys, basically I'm going to risk it. I'm going to just go with the fact that this is potentially centered. I'm not 100% sure that that's the case. And then basically just measure out how far away from this, from each side, this actual frame for the new fan is going to be. And I've got this top of the roof going through in the middle, which kind of determines where the center point is. I now have a hole in the roof. Craziness. Frickin' hope this hole is good. Ah, no way, it's too small, fuck. So I am in essence recording this video over 2 days because about halfway through the job, my camera ran out of space and I couldn't record the rest of the journey. So what I'm going to be doing to work around that is basically to just go over what I ended up doing in the end with the remaining part of the job to show you, because there were some mess ups that I needed to work through, and I still got a couple of things to do, and one of those is to actually connect the fan temporarily to be able to see if it actually works. I've got this lighter unit charger cable that I'm going to be repurposing for this and connecting the fan to be able to run it from the engine and just to see if it actually works. So firstly, you can see the fan from inside. This is how it looks. I still got to connect these, like I said. Now, the first thing that I had an issue with, obviously after having the hole being a bit too small, is to cut out the hole. So I did that. I had to go over it about 3 or 4 times to be able to actually fit this little plasticky bit you can see here, which is the frame of the actual fan. And then the other issue I had was that this wooden frame I created, which is actually okay in size, I was not able to stick it with just the adhesive for 2 reasons. One, I didn't realize the adhesive takes 24 hours to stick. I'm under a bit of a time pressure to get these things sorted because I'm doing this outside of my house and I want these things to be done. I don't want to have a hole in the roof where water can get in. And secondly, the issue was the ceiling inside of the van isn't actually sort of flush and flat because of these metal beams going across. So I could probably cut the metal beams out, as I've seen some people do. That would kind of make it a bit more flush. But the issue is I didn't want to do that. And 2, realistically, I don't think it will make that much more of a difference. So how did I get around actually sticking this wooden frame on? I ended up going onto the roof, taking 4 screws and actually screwing in from the roof down into the wooden frame to make sure that this wooden frame stays. Now, to hold it in place temporarily, I used clumps to clump it into the roof. And then that meant that this wooden frame would be somewhat stable for me to be able to then use that as the point where I anchor in the actual fan frame, the plastic bit around the fan at the top of the roof. Now, when I finished doing that, I did the usual thing that people do, which is basically to go over the fan with Sikaflex to make sure it's watertight. Well, firstly, obviously screw in the frame around, and I'll show you later how it looks on the top of the roof, and then to also put Sikaflex on top of the screws in order to make sure that they are watertight as well. Now, I've got these connectors, so I'll try to show you. And there's a male and a female, and what I'm going to be able to do is to connect it to this wire here and then to the cable that I bought, and then I'll be able to literally just connect the 2 wires and hopefully run this fan off of the engine, at least for now, just to see if it actually works. That's sorted on the fan side. I mean, that seems to be okay. Now let's crack on with this. So what I need to do with this is actually one thing before I can actually put the connectors on, and that is because this is the end that goes into the lighter and this is the other end. I need to cut this off and then repurpose these wires to go into the positive and the negative. So this is firstly what I'm going to do. So the first thing I'm doing is measuring firstly how much do I actually need to cut off, because I don't want to cut this off and then realize that I can't run it to the cigarette lighter. So I've just plugged this into the cigarette lighter in the cabin. To be fair, it almost takes the whole cable, so I'm probably gonna cut off about this much. So how do I do this? Firstly, obviously unplug it, because it would be stupid for me to keep it plugged in. Literally going to use scissors to just cut through the cable. I mean, that was easy. And now I'm going to have to strip this bit here and make sure I've got enough sort of uncovered of the raw wire, and I'm going to use the other side of the connectors that I've connected to here to this fan. You can't see that, and then that should hopefully do the trick. So firstly, get my strippers. Well, actually I'm going to split the wire first, because I do have a knife actually. Probably use that. This knife is crap. I need to get some new Stanley knives. Right, so I split them, spliced them, whatever the term is. Is there a term for this? I have no idea. Then I need to strip them. It's not doing the trick, so maybe smaller. Realistically, these strippers are probably crap as well, to be fair. I've had a bunch of these tools for a while. So there you go, 0.4, perfect. Just twist the actual copper wires just to keep them in place a bit nice. As you can probably tell, I don't really have any experience with electrics, so putting the battery in and stuff will be a joy, but that's part of the learning experience. 2 of those now stripped. Let me get some clarity on which goes where first and foremost, and I'll come back. As I thought, red is positive, black is negative. Now, one thing I'm worried about is, as you can probably see, that these wires actually stick out. Can you see? Yeah. I don't know if that's okay or not, but we'll see. So now I'm going to connect them to the fan and then connect it to the cigarette lighter socket, and hopefully the fan works. We shall see. Positive, hot, and negative. That's in. So the moment of truth. Damn, I don't know if it's working. Oh shit, it is. This is insane. So it actually works. It actually works. I actually have a working roof fan. I actually did something that worked. Well, that's fantastic. Right, I've got the remote control here. Just need to get it out. Remote control, need to... Probably should have prepped this before, but hey, this is all about improvisation and learning on the go. If there's anything you definitely get on this channel is complete realism of how the van projects go. Or maybe some people can actually do it extremely smoothly and don't have any mess ups, but I mean, for me so far it's been plenty of mess ups, plenty of learning, and hopefully you'll be able to learn from it too. Maybe it's just me. I mean, I would say I'm pretty good with DIY, but right, it's on. It's definitely on. Ah, okay, I get it now. So now it's on 100 speed, and you can probably hear it, but it works, and it's pretty powerful. So yeah, basically, like for future reference for anyone, these two, they set the speed of the fan. Then you got a plus and a minus, which is basically for the temperature, it seems. And you auto, not sure what that does yet, on and off. And then this, I think, is air in and air out. Okay, like I thought. So now it should be actually exhausting, rather pushing the air out of the van, whereas the other one was actually drawing the air in. So if you wanted to have a bit more of air circulation into the van, I mean, this is fantastic. I'm extremely happy with myself. If you can't see, I'm extremely chuffed. So cool. Now I'm going to go onto the roof just to show you how that works from there. I must say, with all the mess ups and all the learning so far on this job, I'm extremely happy with the result. This is one job done. So as you can probably see, this is the fan. It works. I think it's currently pushing air out of the van. And also, just to give you an idea of what I did, so like I said, I used Sikaflex all around the usual, around the frame, and then on the individual points the screws go in. I've also secured that just to make sure it's watertight. I will probably go over this again in just one more layer just to make sure it's extra watertight. But now the last remaining thing to do is to take this cover off. Let's do this. Boom. I should have actually probably left this because I'm currently parked under a tree and that tree is shedding like crazy. So either way, I mean, the fan will get dirty over time. I'll just have to clean it. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, as always, thumbs up. If you can subscribe, that'll be perfect. And other than that, I'll see you in the next episode. Peace and love. Yeah, boy.